died bowing without drawing his sword. The year is 1702 Edo. The sprawling capital of Japan pulses with a rigid social order, a stark contrast to the hidden currents of ambition and resentment that flow beneath its surface. Picture a dusty roadside, baking under the summer sun. Travelers, merchants, and the occasional wandering samurai, ronin, move along its length, each burdened by their own stories. It's here, beside a gnarled cherry tree, just beginning to turn with the season, that a farmer stumbled upon a chilling tableau. A ronin, frozen in a deep, respectful bow. But this was no ordinary greeting. The man was dead, his face contorted in a silent scream, yet his katana remained sheathed. No sign of struggle marred the scene. No discarded weapon lay nearby. The ronin, later identified as Kenji, a masterless samurai of some renown, had seemingly bowed himself to death. The local magistrate, a man named Ito, arrived with his retinue, his brow furrowed in confusion. Suicide seemed unlikely. The ritualistic seppuku always involved drawing the sword. Robbery. Nothing appeared to be missing. What unseen force had claimed Kenji's life in such a bizarre, almost theatrical manner? Magistrate Ito, a man more accustomed to settling petty squabbles than unraveling mysteries, reluctantly initiated an investigation. The initial autopsy revealed nothing conclusive. No poison, no visible wounds, only the grimace of terror etched on Kenji's face. Ito's deputies questioned travelers and villagers, finding little beyond nervous whispers and fearful glances. Kenji, it turned out, had been a relatively recent arrival to the area, a solitary figure who kept to himself. Some spoke of his exceptional swordsmanship, others of a haunted look in his eyes. One witness, a young tea seller, claimed to have seen Kenji arguing with a group of men the day before his death. Men she described as having the rough appearance of bandits. Could this be a simple case of robbery gone wrong, despite the lack of any visible struggle? Or was something far more sinister at play? Ito, feeling the pressure to solve the case quickly, ordered a search of Kenji's meager belongings, hoping to find some clue to his past, some explanation for his unsettling demise. But the search only deepened the mystery, revealing nothing but a worn travel journal filled with cryptic poems and philosophical musings. The investigation took a sharp turn when a local farmer, desperate to avoid a hike in taxes, confessed to witnessing the murder. He claimed he saw 3 men, not bandits, but samurai clad in the crest of the Mori clan, accost Kenji. They argued fiercely, the farmer said, but no swords were drawn. Instead, one of the Mori samurai performed a strange, ritualistic bow, almost mocking Kenji. The farmer, fearing for his own life, had fled before seeing the final act. This confession threw the investigation into chaos. The Mori clan was a powerful and influential family, not known for petty roadside brawls. Why would they target a relatively unknown ronin like Kenji? Ito, now facing a potentially explosive political situation, discreetly contacted the Mori clan elders, presenting them with the farmer's testimony. The elders, outwardly indignant, promised a full investigation of their own, assuring Ito that any rogue samurai would be brought to justice. But privately, whispers began to circulate within the Mori clan itself, whispers of a long-forgotten betrayal, a secret oath, and a forbidden technique known as Keijuwaza, the shadow art. As the Mori clan conducted their internal investigation, Ito found himself increasingly sidelined, his authority undermined by their influence. The farmer, now under the clan's protection, recanted his testimony, claiming he had been mistaken. The case, it seemed, was about to be quietly swept under the rug. However, Ito, haunted by the image of Kenji's frozen bow, refused to let it go. He secretly reopened the autopsy report, focusing on the contorted expression on Kenji's face. He consulted with an old physician, a master of traditional medicine, who offered a chilling explanation. The physician suggested that Kenji had suffered a sudden, massive stroke, induced not by natural causes, but by intense fear. Fear so profound that it had stopped his heart in an instant. Furthermore, the physician believed this fear could only be triggered by a specific, highly specialized technique, one that targeted the mind rather than the body. Ito, realizing the implications, knew he was running out of time. He had to find proof, some irrefutable evidence linking the Mori clan to Kenji's death, before they completely erased all traces of their involvement. He decided to confront the Mori elders directly, gambling everything on a desperate hunch.